I am Neil Starling. And if you weren't sure before, now you are.
Hello everybody, how's it going? I am your host Neil Starling, and I am here with your WWE Hell in the Cell 2015 preview and prediction show, which is being hosted by me, of course, Neil Starling. And you can catch this on the WWE Network for just... No, I'm not going to say it. But you already know the deal because the authority has been stuffing that price down our throats for the longest, right? So without any further ado, I know you guys didn't really come on this channel to see me talk about how I'm going to watch the show and whatnot. I'm guessing you guys were, trying to get some results. So that's what I'm going to do. Without any further ado, I'm going to start with the predictions on our pre-show match, which involve a six-man tag team matchup of Dolph Ziggler, Cesaro, Neville versus King Barrett, Rusev, and Sheamus. Now, this match was actually kind of just put together out of nowhere due to the fact that Randy Orton and Dean Ambrose were originally supposed to face the Wyatts. But apparently, I think Randy Orton injured his shoulder or something like that, I believe. I'm not really quite sure. Don't quote me on that. But that's what I believe happened. And as a result, this match was created out of nowhere. Since this match really serves no purpose, I'm guessing the heels are going to gain this victory, which means King Barrett, Sheamus, and Rusev are going to take this win. Only because of the fact that lately, those guys kind of been winning their matches. They've been pushing those guys just a little bit. So I'm guessing the baby faces are going to stare at the lights for this pre-show, which of course was seemingly put together out of nowhere. Moving on to our main card, we are going to have Kevin Owens versus Ryback for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, of course, you guys already know the deal, right? You know Ryback's not winning. Now, as much as I actually don't want him to win, I want Owens to win because Owens has proven time and time again that he is not only good in the ring, he's also good on the mic, and he has the ability to, I believe, bring prestige to that title. It's simply one of those deals where if you keep exchanging victories between them and you even Stevens the whole deal, you're going to kind of take away the prestige that title holds. They should just make this the workhorse title again like it was in the past when many great names held that belt, and that's just the way they should do it. So I'm sorry, Ryback, but I'm going with Owens for this one. Next match on the card, we have John Cena and a mystery opponent for his WWE US Heavyweight Championship title. Now, here's the deal. Cena is actually going to be taking a leave from the WWE for a couple of months. So I don't see Cena holding the belt. They might have him drop it to an up-and-comer just so that, he can, have his time off and then give somebody else the rub and give them the opportunity to shine. Many people were speculating that it might be Dolph Ziggler, but they did have a U.S. title match, and Cena still maintains he won the belt. Well, he maintained the belt really. So Ziggler, I don't believe it's going to be the guy. It might be someone from NXT. They might give like a Tyler Breeze or I don't know. I'm guessing Tyler Breeze. I really hope it's him, honestly, because the fact is that Tyler Breeze has kind of been in NXT for a while, and he's been kind of labeled as a lifer there, per se, and I believe that he should come out and show what he's got, because that guy's an amazing talent. Whether his gimmick can be good or not, that really doesn't make a difference. What's important is that he can give a good show, and so can Cena. He can help elevate Tyler to the next level, at least until Cena returns, because when he comes back, he's going to win that belt. So I'm giving this to the mystery opponent, whoever that might be. Moving on, we have Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt in a Hell in the Cell match. Hopefully, this closes their feud once and for all. Not that I'm not a fan. I do like both of these guys. I'm especially Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt's a dude, even if, he doesn't get the recognition he so hardly deserves. I'm going to give this match to Reigns. I believe Wyatt has been getting the better of him for the last several months, and it's about time Roman got that win. He cut a little promo on Wyatt Monday Night Raw, and, it kind of seemed like he got into his head, so maybe they're going to play along with that. Even though, deep down inside, Hell in the Cell doesn't mean that the Wyatts can't interfere. Let's be real here. They're in the magical world of WWE where anything is possible, where these guys can teleport and turn off the lights on you and seemingly be anywhere they want to be. I believe that at some point the Wyatts will get inside of that cage. You're probably gonna have the whole arena like get dark, and then they're just gonna teleport inside there because they don't need to open the cage. They're probably gonna be under the ring or something like that. So I'm hoping that Reigns, he just kind of goes in, spears both of them or all three of them if they decide to have Rowan, Harper, and this new fella, Strowman, with them. That'll make Roman Reigns look really strong and hopefully put him back in the title picture. I think you've given him enough time. Just don't have Reigns talk too much and just kind of have him be a badass. And that's all we really want to see because that's what makes him popular. Don't make him a carbon copy of Cena. If you're going to put him back in the title picture and you need him to take out Wyatt to make him look strong, then so be it. Then that's what you got to do, right? So I'm going with Roman for this one. Next up on the card, we have Charlotte versus Nikki Bella for the Divas Championship. I'm really hoping they get rid of that belt. They rechristen it in some way. And I know NXT has the Women's Championship, but that really should be on the main card. At the very least, get rid of that butterfly belt. It looks kind of ridiculous, right? Don't you think? Just make a new belt. I don't really see Nikki getting this belt back. I believe that the only reason she held it as long as she did was because they wanted to erase AJ Lee. And now that they've successfully done so, it's time for Charlotte to reign for a little while. I'm going for Charlotte here, and then after that, maybe she'll possibly have a rivalry with Paige. Not really sure how they're going to make that work, but, Charlotte's definitely the one I'm going for here. Next up, we have the Dudleys versus the New Day. And as much as I want the New Day to get this, especially since they've had momentum on their side, they've kind of been beating everyone, whether it's been by cheating or, fair and square. Whatever the case may be, they've been winning. And I kind of want the Dudleys to stare at the lights for this up-and-coming tag team and, let the newer guys kind of shine, right? But I don't think that's going to happen. I think WWE wants to give us that really feel-good moment and just kind of have the Dudleys hold that title one more time. It's not set in stone whether or not they're going to, have a short run or not. This might be their last run with the company. But if it is, they're probably going to end up giving the Dudleys that belt. Moving on, we have Seth Rollins versus the Demon Kane for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship in a Hell in a Cell match. Now, the stipulation for this match is that if Seth Rollins wins, Corporate Kane is no longer the director of operations, which is kind of sad. I'll be honest, I've kind of been digging his split personality game that he has going on lately, even though that's a direct ripoff from TNA with Abyss and, Joseph Parks. Regardless of the fact, I still like it. I think it's very entertaining. I think Kane does a great job with that. But his job is going to be to stare at the lights for this night. I believe that Rollins is going to maintain. He's going to hold that belt. And Kane is going to slowly disappear into obscurity, unfortunately. I mean, maybe he just wants to take a vacation or whatever the case may be. This might be his last run. Even though it would be a real feel-good moment to see Kane with that belt one more time, I don't see it happening. The only way I can see them keep that Kane character on TV is if by some chance Kane wins the belt and then Sheamus cashes in his Money in the Bank and takes it away from Kane. So in that way, Kane would still have his job as director of operations, but Seth Rollins would no longer have the title. But none of us want to see a Sheamus championship run. I certainly don't. So whatever. If you guys want to see it, I totally get it. And then we have our final match, which is what everyone wants to see. It's going to be Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker in a Hell in a Cell match. Who will win? This is going to be their third match within the last year. And honestly, don't get mad. Don't get mad. But I'm going for Brock. The reason I'm going for Brock is because he beat Taker at WrestleMania and he ended up taking the streak away from him, which means that you wanted to have Brock sort of in this role where he dominates The Undertaker. And the reality is that Undertaker has a win on him afterwards. So if he ends up winning again, that kind of erases the win that Brock took from Taker at that WrestleMania. And I just don't want that to happen. The reality is Undertaker, he's getting older and he's showing an age. Brock Lesnar, he can still go. Even if he makes limited appearances, he still has the ability to really go out there and put up a good show. Undertaker's there more for nostalgia value. Every time Undertaker comes out, you got the new fans and you got the old fans that remember him. So it's totally understandable. But the reality is that we don't need to see Undertaker win this match. I certainly don't want him to. But don't get mad. That's just my opinion, my thoughts. Anyway, this was my prediction. If you guys liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Like the video. Please share it with all your friends. You know, word of mouth is the best way to get this around. Trying to grow this channel a little bit. Maybe you guys can help me out. Feel free to leave a comment also. Give me your thoughts. Let me know what you disagree with and let me know why. And with that said and done, you know, let's get this together. Let's see how many of us guess correctly and what the WWE actually intends to do. I think that'd be awesome. So with that said and done, guys, I am your host, Neil Starling. And if you weren't sure before,
Now you are.